Lose 5 kg in just 1 week with this new weight loss shake. Want to get rid of those wrinkles and reclaim youthful skin? If you got a door, you got a gym. It's almost like a concealed remix playing in the back of our minds. We live in a day and age where the media is one of, if not the most powerful tool for persuading the population. Over the years, there have been substantial amounts of research surrounding the topic of the media and its effects on society. Obviously, the media has an impact on our everyday lives. Some claim it even subconsciously brainwashes us. But to just what extent might it do so, and to which demographic may it affect the most? The sexualization of children over the past decade is a controversial topic that sparks conversation. Who's to blame and why this may be is what I will be discussing. The media has affected the promiscuousness of children over the decade. The images that the media perceive to be sexy are often quite intense and delusional and are being fed straight to the minds of teens around the globe. In the book by C.P. LaPower called Prude, How the Sex-Obsessed Culture Damages Girls, she states that living in an overly sexualized culture takes a very real toll on girls. The emphasis on sexiness, revealing fashions, and the overvaluing of physical appeal creates pressure to measure up to bone-slim models or celebrity, and leads to unrealistic expectations among how young women should think their bodies actually look. The article went on to make claims towards the celebration of particular celebrities' livelihoods, and the impact that this may have on their viewers. The youth of our society thrives on the latest happenings of the Kardashian family, and we're a real sucker for reality television. Perhaps this takes a toll on the way we look at ourselves and judge our own lives. The media effects logic refers to two concepts known as the silver bullet and the hypodermic needle. These terms, more or less, are a way of describing the power and influence of the mass media. Another concept which is derived from the impact of the media is known as moral panics. Moral panics are incredibly relevant to the topic of sexualization of children, for the panics are based around the topics of sex, violence, drug use, and language, and are especially highlighted when involving the youth. This is due to the protection discourse, which the adults wish to preserve upon the children. Unfortunately, this will always be a dwindling one-sided battle against a consumer culture that is seemingly bestowing social ideals upon children. This occurs before they are competent enough to create their own understanding of social interaction. The 21st century comes with many changes to society, with these changes being brought by the younger generations. Due to the shift in role models, expectations, peer pressures, and evolving fashions, the youth appear much more grown-up than they have ever before. It's not often that you'll spot a 14-year-old girl in her billabong three-quarters and matching jeans. No, not so much. It's more about the longer lashes and the shorter shorts these days. Rush and Lenore's, in their book Corporate Pedophilia, state that images of sexualized children are becoming increasingly common in advertising and marketing material. The children, therefore, can be blamed to a certain extent. However, they not to help that they are the prime targets of the media, and they are inevitably being fed social standards. Evidently, there are consequences surrounding the whole sexualization of children dilemma. One being that the lifestyle which the youth are aspiring to have will impact their sexual choices. Research shows that the teens of our generation are losing their virginities at a younger age, and that there is an increase in the occurrence of teenage pregnancies. Another issue suggests that due to the sexual lifestyles being presented throughout the media as something that satisfies adults, the sexualization of children could play a role in grooming children for pedophiles. You guessed it, this one in particular is a massive moral panic. However, let's take a step back. Lumbie and Fine mentioned in Why TV is Good for Kids that recent statistics on child abuse in Australia show that the abuser is a family member in about 40% of the cases, and is known to the child in 75% of the cases. The truly awful thing is that if a child is abused, it is highly likely the abuser is someone they know and trust, not someone hanging around a park with a camera. Moreover, when it comes to pedophilia, the emphasis should be on what is wrong with the adult and not the child. As mentioned before on the topic of a shift in role models, it is these people that the youth are looking up to that hold certain power and affect their views and decisions on some aspects within their lifestyles. Let's take Miley Cyrus, better known as Hannah Montana, for example. The well-known singer and actress is a clear victim to the sexualization of a teenage girl with impact of the media. Over the years, Miley has arrived from a young, comical, and naturally beautiful talent to wearing all things sassy and skimpy at each of her concerts. May I add her popular audience is between the 8 to 16-year-old age bracket. Take many other young stars that have started their careers from a young age, Lindsay Lohan, Justin Bieber, etc. Now think about the impact their lifestyles may have on their ultimate fans. Even Barbie dolls have changed over the year, with thinner waists and leaner legs being noticed on the new models. At the end of the day, we are living in a modern and competitive world. Sexualization of the media is only going to increase, and it really comes down to the parenting and education of children on this broad topic to allow them to make appropriate and cultivated decisions within their future. It all comes down to the fact that the childhood is being taken away from the child. Everyone is in a hurry to grow up, and with this comes the lipsticks, the high heels, and the obsessing over the latest fads on the Cosmo covers. Self-esteem issues will always be extremely popular wherever you go. All you can do is be the best role model you can be to yourself and others. When it comes to moral panics as a whole, one should always aim to be skeptical and ask themselves questions on who is being challenged and what beliefs and values are at stake within the situation. Of course, the media has its effects, but it's up to us to decide whether they're going to determine us as a person or, better yet, as a generation.